Welcome back to the Good to Go guided meal program brought to you by The Meeting Place. Today we are cooking lemon caper quinoa with grilled vegetables. First thing, get a big pot of water and put it on the stove on high. Let's get that water boiling. In a separate medium saucepan on high heat, add half a teaspoon of salt to 4 cups of water. When the water starts to boil, add your quinoa. Allow the quinoa to simmer uncovered for about 15 minutes or until all of the water has been absorbed. In the meantime, let's chop our vegetables. First, red pepper. Cut the red pepper into 1/2-inch slices, like so. Next, take your red onion and cut that into 1/2-inch wedges. Your red onion will be quite a bit bigger. I had to use a few small ones because that's what I had on hand. Now break the broccoli into florets. You can do this either by hand or knife or a combination of the two. I like to break off the easy pieces by hand and then use a knife to cut the extra large pieces in half. And finally, thinly slice your garlic cloves. Put all of your broccoli florets into the boiling water and make sure they're all submerged, so give it a stir. And we are going to cook those, allow them to boil in the water for 3 minutes. This is called blanching. When the 3 minutes is up, drain your broccoli into a colander and run cold water over it in order to refresh it. This just means you want to stop the cooking process. You don't want it to cook anymore. Now dump your broccoli onto a clean kitchen towel to let it dry as much as possible. Back to the quinoa. All of the water has absorbed into the quinoa here in my pot, so I'm going to give it a stir. Then I'm going to put a lid on the pot, take it off the heat, and let it sit for 5 minutes. Now let's get grilling. In a heavy bottom pan, this can be cast iron or steel like the one I'm using here, put a glug of oil and toss in your onions. Let those sizzle and cook until they're nice and brown along the edges. Just like that. When your onions look like this, you can take them out of the pan and put them in a bowl off to the side. Put the same pan back on high heat and add your peppers. Cook these until they're brown on 1 or 2 sides. Just like that. When they look like that, remove them from the heat, throw them in the bowl with the onions, and now put your pan back on high heat. Add another glug of olive oil and put your broccoli florets in the pan. Move the florets around so that each one is touching the bottom of the pan. Now comes the hard part. Don't touch them again for 3 or 4 minutes until they've browned at the bottom. Just like that. When they're nice and brown on the bottom like that, you can take them out of the pan and toss them in with your peppers and onions. Sprinkle the grilled vegetables with a bit of salt. Now add another couple glugs of olive oil to your hot pan and add your garlic slices. Spread them out so that they brown evenly. Reduce the heat to medium-low and allow them to cook for a minute. You're going to want to keep the garlic slices moving in the pan so that they brown evenly but don't burn. Once the garlic slices are nicely browned, you can add the quinoa to the pan, along with the juice of half a lemon and 4 tablespoons of capers. Reserve the rest of the capers for a future use. Toss together gently, then portion onto 4 separate plates. Top with your grilled vegetables and a sprinkle of the cilantro leaves, and serve with a slice of lemon alongside. Et voila! Grilled vegetables and lemon caper quinoa, good to go.